Banter fam, happy Thursday to you all. Guys, I know, right? It feels like we're boxers, right? And right now we're blocking and the punches are coming at us. Keep blocking, baby. Keep taking the defense because soon we're going to be able to throw our punch and get going. One is in a bull flag, right? That's choppy, and all that it's doing, guys, is just slowly dribbling down, right? And we could see that multiple times when something slowly dribbles down. There's a shakeout at the end, and boom, the bulls come and respond. Do not forget the pattern that Bitcoin is in right now. Do not forget what has happened on the higher time frames. We did break an all-time high last week, and now what you can see is these previous closing candles of the previous all-time highs. We are now hovering in these zones, and this is showing us that this is a lot of support, right? There's support here. This is where the bulls want to hold the ground. So again, I want to show you today to stay motivated in the zone because a pop anywhere from the zone is about to happen. There is a scenario of a little shake, very similar to what we saw over here, where it was slow grind down, shake, and go. Right? We do not want to get shaken out in this phase. Guys, the Super Bowl event is about to happen. You've been training for a long time. We all enjoyed this previous pump, right? We need to stay focused for the next one. So again, Ethereum looking strong. Altcoins are all sitting in zones, right? I want to go through the major zones, stay focused, and get ready. The next couple of days, couple of hours, the market is going to pop and catch everyone off of guard. This is a shakeout phase, not the end of the bull cycle, not the end of Bitcoin, not the end of nothing, right? This is only but just the start. So start up by liking the damn video and let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like Sniper. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
That's a fam. I know the market's boring, but I'm coming with vibes today. I come here with vibes to say keep them going. You know, I've been doing this for 4.5 years now, and you know me, I bring vibes on the red days. Okay, and eventually the market damn rips to the upside, right? That's why there are still people in crypto. Because if it only went down, there'd be no one in crypto, right? There's two sides to the story. There's one where a little bit of amount of people make a lot of money, and there's a lot of amount of people that lose money, right? And again, you could see sentiment dropping, everything dropping, people starting to flake away. What does that mean? It means the smart money is remaining. So if you are here today watching the damn show, you are smart money. You are those that are learning to fight on the right damn side, right? So again, lift your damn heads up. If you need to go hit some golf balls, or you need to go and play some games, or do whatever it needs to do, pick your vibes up and stay focused in the game. Don't quit. Got it? Deal? Because I promise you, when the pump comes, you will see why it is important to work in these times. And we're going to be sitting here together celebrating. And then there's going to be a lot of people that are going to come in and say, Sheldon, can I buy now? Right? Let's make sure we stay in the damn game. We got it. Hit the likes. I want to see. Say yes in the chat. Let's make an agreement. This market is crazy. It is. It's been an insane 2025. Let's just admit it. It's gone off of the normal timing. It's playing different games. It's doing these things, right? But as long as we're sticking through together and fighting the hard, reap the reward, when everyone gets flushed out, market rips up, then we understand the chop's coming again, right? As long as we keep repeating the method, you are going to zoom out in a couple of months. You maybe even spent a couple of years in crypto already. You're going to zoom out and you're going to realize what you have actually done. No more small thinking. No more thinking that this. When you zoom out, you're going to realize the impact that you're doing within your life, okay? And that you are in the best industry right now when it comes to making crazy money in a short period of time. And making a lot of money in 3 years is a very short period of time. People work 40 years of their life and can barely retire. Right place, baby. Okay, so again, if you are struggling with leverage, I have an event for you tonight. I offer you so many free things. Right? And because I want us to learn. So again, tonight, I have a leverage event. Okay, and here we go. Here is the leverage event. There is 300 spots left. 700 are taken. Right? Go straight below in the description. You will find the form to fill out over here. Register to the leverage event. It is literally happening in 6 hours from now. Right? And I'm going to go through everything from the start. Right? I'm going to tell you that leverage for long-term wealth is terrible. Okay, but for short-term wealth and to achieve goals, incredibly powerful. Incredibly, especially if you're getting chopped up in markets on your long-term right now, especially if you're getting chopped up in your spot trades right now, right? You still have this amazing tool that you can have liquidity to buy low and you can build it up. So I'm going to teach you from the bare basics again. What does cross and isolated mean when it comes to leverage? How do you build leverage up? How do you actually start on a 2x, which is double the amount of money that you got, and build it up to a 20x in a responsible way? Instead of going 20x and being James Wynn or whatever his name is, right, where you 40x Bitcoin and you get liquidated for like $100 and something million, right? No, you build it up once you confirmed. Once you confirm markets moving up, one things are going, you build up, right? I'm going to teach you how to survive. So yet again, I have that. Then I have great news. On Monday, we release intake for 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 2.0, my best IP I have ever made at Banter by far. I've worked all the months at the beginning of this year, January, February, March, April, May, June. Jeez, we're in June already. Crazy, right? I've worked the entire beginning of the year for the intakes of school. Keep ready. Be here on Monday. It's going to be the biggest event, launch event ever. We're taking the intakes. I promise you this course is going to be, this is me. You saw a course in a school, and you know what? That school did 150,000 students, right? One of the biggest schools in the world, right? If you look at the amount of people, the students that came through, this next one is me with 4 years experience and to show you a whole nother side as well. So that is also super exciting and that is coming. So again, leverage events, it's over here. It is with CoinW. You do have to sign up and you do have to verify, open up a CoinW account, right? They sponsoring the event. Incredible, okay? So here we go. Okay, let's jump straight into it, baby. Okay, so Bitcoin in a bull flag. Okay, RSI's tapping bottoms now, right? We could basically see 4 hours now tapping bottom, and we can see dailies tapping bottom too. The mid ones are sitting in the middle, okay, and weekly is sitting just slightly at the top over here. Now, what I think is going to happen on the weekly is something that looks like this. It's basically small pullback on the weekly and a second push up. Reason being is because Bitcoin has to speed up at any point now to really bring the confidence emotions back into the market. When confidence emotions come back in the market within Bitcoin, then you are going to see altcoins released because then everyone's going to be like, Bitcoin's fine now. It's time to risk appetite. Let's go, right? And altcoins is the place we want to be. I can see it everywhere. Projects, YouTubers, exchanges, everyone needs people to come in right now. It's drying out there, right? So if you look at all the industries, everything. Oh, sorry, Matt. I brought you up there by mistake. So how's the team doing here? Huh? We've got this Matt over here. We've got Kyle. Kyle's ready this time. We've got this Matt over here. Fantastic. We have this guy, Michael. He's not even, he's even at work. He's in his underwear at home there or what? He's even at work. Where's your camera, Michael? Where is it? Where's Shet as well? These guys, how do we know they're not in the underwear? How do we know? Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. Hi, sir. Oh, Ethereum shirt. Ah, we got an Ethereum bull there, baby. Nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. But again, you know, coming back to the sense of like everything is drying out now. The market needs that now. It will always go to the point where it nearly seems like something is going to die or end, and then people fly back in. It's how the market works, right? It expands with people, expands with money, and then it contracts, right, in over this. And then in the contractions, you see the cracks, right? You see how Mantra a couple of weeks ago collapsed. We obviously saw the Luna collapse. We saw FTX. We saw these things. So these times when the market tightens down, it kind of reveals the truth, right? The truth of a few things. The first thing is who's real or not in the space, right? We all thought memes were incredible last year. Are they great now when they drop 95%? No, they ain't so great. So now you know this time when you invest in them, take profits, right? Very simple, right? Projects are cracking. But secondly, who's real and not in crypto? Guys, I'm going to tell you this very straight right now, okay? Before I jump into the charts and we prepare now. If you are here to just make a lot of money and you don't really care about crypto, you're not really going to study it, you're just going to just try your luck, you are going to get destroyed. It's just how the market, that's what it does, right? If you are not a believer and you are not really in the game, it is going to wipe you out. But if you put your all in, and I don't mean you have to watch the chart 24/7, okay? You make this change in your mind and you just feed your brain 1 hour, 2 hours a day. You keep yourself focused. You keep learning from every mistake. Okay. Does not matter if you start on 100,000, 2,000 now. Does not matter, right? that happened to me many times where I got drained to nothing. We have a guy, Jose, inside of 𝗦𝗔𝗨𝗕 right now that was at a couple thousand, came down to a couple hundred, and back to a couple thousand now because of a leverage tool that he learned, right? But it just shows you if he quit and he allowed it to kind of just move and move on, he would not be sitting with a great entry right now that I honestly believe that will really do well for him, right? In that sort of sense as well. So again, when these times get hard, get rid of the people that are not meant to be here in crypto. I'm sorry, but this is why crypto is volatile, because people quit so easily, right? And that's the thing. You're so easy when the market's going up, but when the market's going hard, you can't withstand. Guys, I'm going to teach you a lesson now. In life, you cannot be like that. In anything in life that you do, right? If you push through the hard days at gym, you push through the hard days where you really want to eat that burger today, but you know the salad's going to make you feel better, but you eat the burger anyway. Like, stop shortcutting life, right? Yes, it is Motivation Sheldon today because I feel great. It's a red day and we need to pump ourselves up. And you know what we also need? Let me show you what we need. We need two things. We need this. And then secondly, we need this. Oh, I know. But before that, you need to switch this. Got it? Let's go. Okay, let's jump into the damn charts again. Fantastic. Okay, so again, let's zoom in here. Bitcoin's in a bull flag. Do not get it wrong. So what it means is we do have RSIs to the downside, and it does mean the market's getting ready to pop at any point. However, we know that this is the time where the trap comes in. So what I have for you guys today is the two plays. This is the bullish scenario. We are getting near the bottom of the wedge now, right? Which means get ready for a bounce. Why? Because we've bounced how many times before this, right? You can see it's a very strong support, multiple touches. This is the way you track this is you just keep tracking as it goes down. Remember, you cannot be upset if the market keeps chopping a little bit more, because what it's actually doing is it's giving you more data, right? More data helps you when it goes in your favor, right? This is what's very important. You may not get the immediate result right now, but the more times, for example, Bitcoin was here 2 days ago, then 1 day later it was here, then 1 day later it was here, okay? What that did was 2 days ago, you had a weak-ish trend line. You had a 2-touch. Now there's a 3. Now there's a 4. What it's doing is it's printing your structure. It's printing you, even though it's still chopping around, you're getting more lines, you're getting more tops, you're getting more this, which means keep tracking. So yet again, there's the trend line that's becoming a very good one on Bitcoin. It is showing every time we push up over to this trend over here, we are rejecting, right? What happens the moment that it actually breaks it? It's going to go to the upside, right? So again, this is my line that's showing me when something is going to change. Then we look on the other side of the line. The other side of the line is where can we predict Bitcoin is going to bounce, right? The first one is in support. Support's always an area to look for bounces, especially if RSIs are getting down to the bottom. So here is support over here. So bullish scenario, and what confirms the scenario is we start popping out of this trend and we actually put in a first higher high. So remember that Bitcoin pumps to 106,000. That for me is confirmed that this bottom now is very likely to be in. Okay, and we're going to start trending up. Again, the next move is back to all-time highs. All right, so we don't need to think about where the targets are next to the top. Remember, my targets are $130,000 to $140,000. Okay, so this trend line is the one that confirms. This is what the bullish scenario looks like. Today we get ready, because I do believe from today, from to any point now, the market can start reversing to the upside. This is what the bullish scenario looks like. Let's also speak about how the market likes to trap last minute before it goes up. This is what the trap looks like. Okay, is a trap straight into the very big support zone over here on Bitcoin, which is $101,000 and $102,000, right? And what it does is it traps, and it's actually a fake trap, right? It basically gets you, because why? Aren't you feel like you're going crazy right now? Okay, so what's the best way to do it when you're weak? To kick a guy when he's on the floor, right? That's the best way to do it, right? You just hit him till he's on the floor, and then kick him. That's the worst thing you can do, right? Exactly, right? So we all starting to crunch down out to the floor now, okay? And Bitcoin might want to kick you, right? Again, if you know that now, then you can just go into a little ball and you can protect yourself from the kick. If you're just going to lay there and allow it to kick you, then yes, you are going to get flushed out and you are going to struggle, right? You're going to not breathe for a little while. Then you're going to realize a couple of weeks later, I can still breathe. Ooh, Bitcoin's pumping. Oh, let me come back. Right? So this is how the game works. So again, this is the flush out. We lose the trend now. We drop over here. You will see at any point from 102 to 100,000, you will see a fast buy up. And you know what? You don't have to FOMO in if you're afraid. I always say dropping a falling knife or catching a falling knife you know, it can cut your hand. Okay, but let it drop, let it bounce, let it make sure that it's reversed, then you can buy. So again, if this play comes out here, limit orders are a great way to load up on spot positions, on long-term positions, put a couple of limit orders. What does it look like on altcoins? That looks like a 5 to 10% drop. So if you look at where all your alts are right now, put some limit orders, right? And that's if the trap wants to come and you want to be cheeky and buy some of the trap, right? If not, and you want to be conservative, no problem. Let it drop, let it bounce. Let it drop, let it break back in, and this is where you go all in because the bounce has happened. We are looking for a strong higher high now. From this, we've started making lower lows. We need the higher high reversal. Let it drop, let it push up. This is where we go, and this is where we explode over here. Teaches you the timing is the most important within the market, right? Very important. Okay, the next thing is Bitcoin dominance is still just hovering at these trends here. It shows us that when the market's looking weak, dominance is going up. When the market is going to get ready to go up again, it's very likely this goes down, right? Again, we can thank Big Daddy ETH for that. ETH is still holding incredibly. Okay, so I've given you two scenarios now when it comes to Bitcoin. The one is we get ready to bounce now, but it can only confirm when we're at that 106,000, right? The next one is prepare for the wick. Put some limit orders in. Don't leverage all your money right now. Put it in here. If you're sitting in cash, right here, right? Or on the break of the trend. Okay, over there. So what does that look like on your altcoins, right? Your altcoins have two bounce zones. The one we are approaching a little bit lower than where we are now. That's why I think the market will still go a little bit lower than where we are now. Okay, if we're going to bounce in these supports. Okay, or there's this one over here. And there's also a sexy trend that we track to the downside over there, right? What does this look like for ETH? Because ETH is just looking powerhouse. There's bounce zones here, and there's very big bounce zones at this 2,550. There is a lot of buying orders sitting over here, and I actually got this man that's going to help me shortly to show me where these walls are maybe sitting, right? I want to see where these leverage walls and these liquidation walls are sitting, then why this market's kind of chopping around, okay? So what does it look like on your altcoins? Sol's looking weak, okay? Which for me, I'm out of my Sol positions now on some stops. Okay, it's like, oh, I did take a little bit of a hit on one or two. The others I got stopped in entry. But I'm like, ooh, $140 Solana. Okay, you know, now we're talking. Because again, I don't think about wins when the market's going down. I think about when the market moves up. The difference here is if we go up here to that area, it's 16%. If I catch it over here, it is 23%. I make more money on a better entry. Even though I have a little bit less, I can play with tools to help me build more liquidity, but it is an opportunity, not a disaster. So again, we are getting to an important zone on Sol, okay? But if the little drop comes within Bitcoin, anywhere in these low, late 130s, early 140s is the zone. And again, I would not even just buy leverage there. I would make sure I buy whatever long-term I can. Whatever something that I can invest in Sol, those areas I'm interested. Once the trends break and a bounce has happened and done this, then I leverage the crap out of it, right? Leverage right now ain't no game. I don't want to throw away money, right? Here is Doge. There's the two areas. You can see a lot of this is the shakeout happening 5 to 10%. Cardano, there's it over there, right? Chainlink, there's it over there. You could see we're in support zones now. Sui's in a hot zone now. There's the trend. It's actually not too far from the trends. I'm going to trade a lot of this coin in the next week, a lot. Okay, but I also have, if the shakeout happens, to $2.9 on Sui. Remember, it was at 4.2. Remember, everyone wanted to buy Sui 2 weeks ago. Same Ferrari, same team, right? Same everything. Okay, AVAX dropping into this hot zone here. I was trading it, right? This, I know what they're busy with. I know what narrative they are a part of. I just want that for my long term. And again, Ton, Algo, Injective, Render, everything, same bait, same boats, same place. Okay, let's go in. I see this. I see that there was a wall at 104 to 105,000. There was a wall to be taken out. I also see that there's a wall at 100 to 102,000 to be taken out. Right? This is on Bitcoin. I then see a big wall at $107,000. After that, I see it way higher. Now let's bring on the man, the myth, the legend. Matty, how are you, sir?
What's up, mate? How are you?
What up, bro? I'm good.
That's the way.
I would love to see what you are seeing on Bitcoin and ETH. And where are these liquidations sitting? So Maddie's going to come and go through a couple of maybe some walls for us, see where the orders are sitting, where Max Payne is sitting right now. Is the market more long and short? Because I think the market's both right now. I think the market's long and short. I don't think it's just one a bit bigger than the other, but I might be wrong. What are you seeing there, Brother Bear?
Yeah, man. So you've pretty much summed it up, hey? You don't
really. It's crazy to see.
Because that's what we see is we see these support levels get established, like you said, at around 102,000, because that's where people are longing, right? People are longing from that area where it's hitting support, and therefore their liquidations and that are sitting just below that. So we've got a pretty solid area on Bitcoin between sort of like 100 and where are we on this chart? 103,600 around there. Mm-hmm. And then the other thick of it is around 102,800. So that's where the majority of the liquidations are sitting there. As you can see, big spike in the liquidation levels. And that's a cumulative total from where we are now at around $4 billion, right? So it's a fairly big amount of liquidations. And then, like you said as well, if we drop that level and we come down to around the 100,000 mark, which you can see on the chart is another.
Wow, we wipe all of that.
We wipe all of that. We're pushing out, around $7.5 billion, basically.
Wow.
So we almost double the liquidations if we dip to that level. So whilst that might feel uncomfortable for everyone, it's actually, you imagine the bump up from there. It'll be pretty nice. Clear out a lot of that mess, and then we are free to go.
So that kind of clears it up, right? If Bitcoin does drop to that final shakeout now, right, of that 101, we wipe out a lot of long leverage, which means then the market is kind of exhausted in one direction, okay? And it's kind of like it's been wiped now. A lot of the leverage been wiped out, these type of areas. Now let's speak about the bounce, right? The bounce now is because then it's going to uneven the playing fields, because then all of a sudden your shorts will be sitting in these areas here, right? Your shorts will be kind of big, packed up, and your longs will kind of be wiped out of the markets. Then, because it's big, now they're going to go hunt the shorts next. It's quite simple. What walls are you seeing there? I see, again, like I said before I brought you on, 107, between the 106 to the 108,000.
Yep.
That's the breakout wall for me. That's where markets like, if it gets through there, it's going.
Yeah, spot on. So you're seeing that resistance wall that we've had there where people have been shorting, right? Those guys that have just got giant big you-know-whats that are just shorting the market at that level and expecting it to come down. So their liquidations are tucked up a little bit higher than that. So you're talking around 107,000.
You see this?
Yeah. So on the chart, if you zoom in a little bit.
Yeah. That's the wall, right? That's like, and it's so cool that trend lines and stuff help us do these things, right? And just see these areas. But it's showing here. Then after there, a lot of openness. So let's bring you back here. I just wanted to just show them again so you can see it on the chart. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then you're seeing it here at this exact region. So that's that price you're talking about. This is $107,000 is the peak level there, where there's a big spike of liquidation sitting, and that's about $3 billion worth. But you can see if you look at the chart there, it's quite a broad one.
Increase though. That will increase though if Bitcoin starts dropping. People will pile up and it will start to inflate those shorts highly.
So as we push up then higher into that 107,000 mark, we're looking at about close to $5 billion in liquidations. So, when people wonder where liquidation levels are, it's quite easy, and you've pointed it out, is on the chart. You see support levels is where the longs get liquidated, and then up higher at the resistance level is where the short liquidations are sitting. And they're just liquidity zones, right? Because you've got these orders sitting there, stop loss orders for the longs, stop loss orders for the shorts. And the market makers will drift in between those and collect their fees in between, So
exactly. Amazing. Can we jump there? I'm going to take it for a second. Can we jump to the ETH one over there? So I'm going to go through the TA again. So ETH is showing that there was a little bit in this zone at 2.6, but it's showing us that there's some liquidations, basically the mid 2,550, maybe a little bit lower 2,520, showing us that there is a big area of liquidation shorts at the 2.7, and then anything above the 2.8, there should be a lot over there. So I'd love to see what are you seeing your side over there? That's what the charts are showing.
Yeah, man, you've nailed it again, hey?
It's crazy. It's crazy. This is what I love about,
Yeah.
just basic TA as well. It does help.
Yeah.
People that don't think TA works, like it helps. It really helps.
Yeah. This is going to this adds to your confidence as well. When you guys are TAing stuff, it really adds to your confidence, because in the back of your mind now, you're like, okay, there's going to be a lot of stop losses sitting below that area and things like that. So you start to think differently once you understand all this stuff. But yeah, if you look at this chart here, spot on, man, like the shorters, their liquidation levels are up at that 2.7 mark. No, sort of the majority is at 2.7. Obviously the liquidation numbers aren't as heavily in terms of the dollars at risk for ETH, because it's just a smaller project. So it's around close to $2 billion there.
Still a lot for altcoin. It's quite a lot.
It's still a lot, but it's like it's a lot less than Bitcoin. And then on the downside, on that support level, like you said, man, you're talking about 2,500, 2,550 is a level. And then you also mentioned the other level you had there at around 2,500. And then there's one more a little bit lower at 2,450 as well. So
that's
there's that
important,
sort of,
guys. Sometimes wicks get overextended. Just be aware of that. That's why cheeky limit orders can be very powerful as well. Because sometimes price just exaggerates a little bit more. And remember, guys, it is so healthy. I don't know if you want to also chat on this quickly, Matt, is to wipe out the leverage. Like, it's so healthy for the markets. Again, we don't want the chop, we want the explosion. But the real scenario here is we're in chop. We're in the chop now. So let's look at what this actually means. And it means that the market is highly saturated with longs and shorts right now, which means that it's been chopping down, getting the one team to build up on the shorts, but it's going to wreck both of them very soon. And it's very likely that it's going to wreck the longs first and then go absolutely obliterate the shorts to the upside. And then the market is clean and ready for retail to fly in again. What's your thoughts on that, Matt?
Yeah, it's like if you use an exercise analogy and you've got sore muscles, you do an active recovery day the next day, you flush the crap out of your muscles and you're feeling good to go. Same sort of thing with this. Come and flush that leverage out, clean up the market, get a clean slate on the books, and then we can start again.
Exactly. And then we start going. Maddie,
another thing, mate, another thing I was talking about on Club during the week about these liquidation levels was when you zoom in on the 1 hour chart and you see we break out of these flags and things, you'll notice you get like a massive fair value gap candle. And that's that short squeeze taking place, where this liquidation level gets hit. And then there's the cascade of orders that occur really quickly. And it just pushes the price up as those shorts become buy orders because their stop loss gets hit, right? And it's fascinating to see, because if you zoom in, you literally see these big candles that happen. And that, again, can add to your understanding.
Exactly. And on the other side of that, you got a lot of smart money that don't chase the markets. They wait for key levels to break before they make the big decision. So not only do you have a bunch of stop losses getting hit and buy orders going through on the short squeezes, you also have a bunch of people saying, okay, now we're bullish. And that's where people come in, because they kind of wait for these zones to break. Then they go all in type of thing as well. So that's what brings, again, it goes away. It takes away these hope emotions and it brings that confidence in. And that's why you see this very fast move. And we don't want to be caught buying that move at the top, guys, because after that, what happens? Now all the shorts got wrecked. Now everyone's longing. So the longs are big again and the shorts are small. Therefore, when the big fat green candle comes, don't be surprised for a trap after that and then continue, because now you have one team bigger than the other, right?
Yeah. Trading on those confirmations is super important. You don't want to jump too early. You wait for the confirmation and then bang, you're in. It's telling you literally there's the green light to go. So
exactly. So just bring it back over here. That's why this makes sense as one of the plays to think about today. Both make sense. But again, we've got to be confirmed with this. We've got to confirm this over here. And I don't like there's a bunch of liquidations still sitting a little bit lower that haven't been hit yet. It does mean maybe later on it wants to hit it if we start bouncing now. So I would prefer the shakeout thing. But that's why this makes sense. Shakeout, erase all of the longs. Then your shorts are sitting like this and your longs are like this. Then the big bounce comes and wrecks all of the shorts. Okay. Then what happens is your shorts are small and your longs get bigger because now the bounce has happened. And then one more trap and then we go, right? Then the market is clean. It is done. Think about it at a club where everyone's been drunk and messy all over the place. The bouncer comes in, gets rid of all of the people that are making chaos. and re-neutralizes the club to the nice people. In South Africa, we say lekker people, right? The noise people, them in the club. Like, we don't want the hooligans all over the place. So now and then they're okay in the beginning, but then we wipe them all out and we clear the clubs up. Matty, I know club has been going insane, bro. Just let me know how this week has obviously been. And I just want to remind everyone as well that here is Sniper Club, an incredible community with an incredible team. Not just myself, like an incredible team. Matt is putting everything and so much work within this over here. And here is club if you're looking for a incredible. How's it been there this week, brother?
Oh, look, it's good. I mean, the market's obviously been choppy, but we've been really working hard on the education, and we've been pushing people to zoom in, okay? Because trade what the market's giving you, right? You can't make too many assumptions. So trade exactly what's in front of you. Like you said before about Bitcoin, the more it prints, the more data it gives you, the better you are at your informed decision on what you're going to do. So that's what we've been teaching people this week in club. Wait for the confirmations. Don't assume it's going to do one thing or the other. Be patient. Protect your capital. It's a choppy market, so we're going to get in, we're going to get out. It's a rob the bank situation. We're going to get in, take what we want, and then get the hell out.
Exactly. You got to be selfish in this game. Oh, sorry. You got to be selfish. That's how the game works. Thank you, Matty. Lots of love. I'll see you, Matty, to join us on Thursdays. Incredible. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Guys, lots of love. Remember, leverage course or leverage session tonight. All you have to do, go below in the description, sign up for the event. Doesn't cost you anything. Get into 𝗦𝗵𝗏. You have to open a 𝗦𝗵𝗏 account. You have to deposit because we're going to be trading. We're going to be really working on that as well. Remember, it is your capital, all yours. Okay, join me there tonight. And again, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Love you lots. Goodbye.